JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Espresso with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 2nd of December 2022. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this Friday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, as always, a quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channels, which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course, our JFDbrokers.com website, which you can always check out for more information about us. So now then, guys, today's going to be a little bit of a shorter one, so sorry for that, but I have another important webinar to attend. However, yeah, guys, I'll try to go through this quickly. Of course, as you know, today we do have the NFPs, the US NFPs, and and some Canadian job numbers as well are coming out. So that's going to be quite an interesting day. But we can see here, for example, Nikkei, the Asia in general today, Asia did decline, did kind of fall, and in anticipation of, I think, that some bad numbers. Again, we'll see how that's going to play out. I think this is a little bit over exaggeration, I think, but hey, they'll be the judge for that. But looking at this technical picture, you can see that we after like a good push here to the upside, look at this straight away drop lower through the lower side of this rising wedge pattern, and this is where we ended up now being below these 27,846. So in other words, if we're looking for some lower levels, then we at the moment, I think this is a good opportunity to aim for those, because we are below this 27,846 territory. If we stay below it, then yes, I'll aim for these two EMAs. Shanghai Composite, similar story, did drift lower. However, this one's a little bit on the positive, well, still kind of cautiously positive, as I would say, because we still have a chance to rebound from here. If we do, from this 100 EMA and this 3,145, if we do that, then great. I'll aim for that 200-day EMA. For the downside, I need to see a drop below the 21-day EMA. So yeah, pretty straightforward on this one. Nasdaq 100, guys. Nasdaq 100. Yep. Looking at this picture here, you can see where we end up being. We kind of ended up being flat yesterday for the day. So I would say, okay, that's still fine. Look, I mean, there is potential still for some upside on this one, especially if we take a look at the cash index. Yes, it's currently sitting at around 12,000 mark, but just basically still above it. So there is hope that we could see a further move up, as long as we stay above that. Well, in my situation here, not only the 12,000 I would prefer, but I'll allow it up until here, 11,866, or let's say above this 100-day EMA. As long as we stay above it, then yes, I will still continue aiming to the upside. Of course, more buyers could join in on a break of this barrier here, the 12,062. But hey, we'll take that chance. But if we suddenly start falling back below this 11,866, I'll take a neutral stand. If we fall below the 11,520 territory, I'll go lower. Now, German index DAX, this one beautifully rebounded yesterday from this upside line, but failed again to break above this 14,571. That's the highest point of November. If we take a look at the cash index, you'll see that we are kind of still below that barrier. So, in other words, if you're looking for some higher levels, wait for a break of that barrier. For the downside, I need to see a break of this upside line, and then yes, I'll start aiming lower. DXY, look at this beautiful move. There we go, guys. I talked about this, and I said that if we fall below the 200-day EMA, I will go lower. I will aim for this 104.64 territory, or even below that. So far, so good. Of course, we're keeping an eye on today's NFP numbers, because again, what I don't want to see here is maybe like this jumping around and starting to oscillate around the 200-day EMA. But yeah, well, unfortunately, I cannot, order that. So at the moment, I'm going with what I have. So if I do see this one dropping below the 104.64, my next target is the 103.67. Gold, jumping into gold, looking at this picture, I mean, this is insane. Look at this beautiful move. Look, I talked about this already, so in a way my mission is accomplished here. Good move here, so hey, yeah, wonderful, I would say. We almost reached my target, the 1808 level. This is where there is still a bit of room for it, I mean, to make a move towards it, but hey, we do have the NFPs today, so be careful with that one. And in terms of the downside right now at this point, I think that maybe the good option here is to keep an eye maybe on this hurdle. The only problem that I have with it, first of all, let me get rid of this channel. The only problem that I have with it, with this, let's say, falling below the 1786 territory is if we, let's say, we might get a hold up somewhere around here. So, there's still room. So basically, you can keep an eye on this short-term tentative upside line drawn from the low of the 3rd of November. Silver, just a quick update, beautiful pop as well, moving higher. Okay, wonderful, everything was working out. So you look at this week, I talked about this, and I said that if we break through one of the sides here of this triangle, then yes, I'll consider the next short-term directional move. One of my targets got reached, and then it continues to push higher. So my next target is the 23.27, as long as we stay above this 22.51 territory right here, marked by the high of the 6th of June, which is the highest point of June, actually. Excuse me. Now, WTI oil, guys, very quickly on that one. WTI oil, yeah, pushing higher. And yep, we are flirting with that 21-day EMA. Look, I need to see a nice good pop above it, and I would need to see the 21-day EMA staying above it in order to go higher. My next target will be this 100-day EMA. For the downside, I need to see a drop below this hurdle here, the 76.28. Litecoin, it's the same story. Look, the same analysis is valid, so we're kind of watching this little consolidation right now here. Let's see if we can pop higher. At the moment, everything's looking cautiously bullish, but we need to see a nice good rebound from this upside line. Now, jumping into a few pairs very quickly, AUD, USD, guys. So yeah, we're moving higher, but this 200-day EMA is an obstacle for now. So look, the 0.6798, we've cleared that one. We moved higher. We're still above it. So to be honest, I'm going to continue aiming higher as long as we stay above this hurdle. If we fall back below it, maybe I'll consider a retracement to this upside line. Okay, in terms of AUD JPY, guys, so there we go. We dropped below this hurdle, below this 92.61, and excuse me. And yep, we are now, we have now, like I said, fallen below the 200-day EMA as well. So long story short, at the moment I am leaning more towards the downside, so let's see where this is gonna go. So apologies, guys, for my voice. I think I'm not feeling very well, so yeah, bear with me one moment. Okay, so let's continue, guys. I'm sorry for that. USD JPY, look, we fell below the 137.67. Great, we reached the 200-day EMA. My target is reached, and to be honest, now I would say is if we continue to trade below the 200-day EMA, my next target will be around here, somewhere near this 130.40 level, marked by the lowest point of August. USD CAD, something to keep an eye on today due to the US and Canadian data coming out. we do have this this nice rejection here from this downside line. We moved lower, but of course, as you can see yourselves, probably we do have something right here. So yeah, if we continue to trade above this upside line, then we could see basically this pair jumping around here somewhere. But to be honest, I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards the downside, and especially if we break this upside line. If we break that, then yes, I'll go lower. For the upside, I need to see a push above this downside line and a push above the 1.3571 territory. GBP USD, we had a good push yesterday to the upside. Look at this, we tested the upper side of the rising wedge. Can we get that drop right now? Well, that's a good question, because at the moment I'm just observing this one. I'm not doing anything. I'm waiting for a better indication. I'm waiting for a better indication here, and yeah, if we do get a rejection here, then maybe I'll see that nice drift back down, like GBP CAD, for example. Here, I think it's time to ignore the fact that it is a rising wedge, and I think we can redraw this a little bit. So look, I'm gonna keep this line just free right now. I mean, maybe it's a channel, maybe it's something else, I don't know, but look, we had a spectacular move to the upside yesterday. Let's see how it's gonna play out today. Of course, I would like to see this one kind of actually eventually working out as a rising wedge, but look, for that I would need to see this one drifting heavily back inside this pattern, but at the moment it seems that there could be some further continuation to the upside. GBP NZD. Now, talking about further continuation to the to the downside, here you can see that we are near this key support zone, near the 1.9130 31. So I need to see a nice good clear drop below it in order to go lower, guys. Euro CHF still waiting, so the same analysis is valid, and yeah, I'm waiting for a clear breakout through one of these through one of these lines in order to consider the next short-term directional move. Euro JPY, fantastic approaching this upside line again, like I mentioned yesterday, the tentative short-term upside line. Because hey, we do have this other one as well. So basically, both of them are not very, or sorry, they're both important, but at the same time they're both tentative. So in other words, yeah, if we are looking for some lower levels, I would say the more convenient option is to wait for a drop somewhere below the 140.90 level. Euro NZD, this one here is. Yeah, it's drifting nicely to the downside. As I said yesterday, look, it tested the lower side of the falling channel, and great. Now, can we see maybe a rebound here? Well, let's wait and see, guys. Basically, I would say at the moment. I am leaning kind of towards this idea, but if it suddenly starts, breaking below this lower side of the falling channel, then yes, I will go further south, and I'll ignore this whole falling channel idea. And finally, guys, EURUSD, we broke the upper side of this range, so if we can stay above it, my next target is the 1.0615, and if that gets cleared, certainly yes, I'll go higher, and my next target will be this 1.0787. Look, today we have the NFPs, so everything might change quickly. So look, I mean, in the normal day, I would say yes, I'm continuing to aim higher, but given that it's the NFP day today, so it might drop back below this upper side of the range, and then yeah, we could take it from there. So guys, apologies for kind of rushing through this, but yeah, thank you very much. Like I said, my voice is not feeling very well. In general, I'm not feeling very well, so yeah, please excuse me for that. But yeah, I hope you'll have a fantastic trading day, guys, in today. So if we kind of if we again, like I said, with this day today, don't overtrade. It's Friday, guys. If it's not going well, just leave it for Monday. Let the market settle, and then we can attack it from Monday. So have a wonderful, beautiful weekend here, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.